Hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Talking Fitchburg on this Wednesday, September 2nd, 2020. Glad you're here with me today. Jeremy Crosby, Andrew, running the show from the home and being the superintendent of the household. He's got one of his kids, a couple of his kids. Why am I saying one? Three, doing school at home right now. So the Bamlet Barn's become not only the studio or the director's booth, it's also become the classroom. So I don't know how much more multitasking Andrew can do, but I bet you if we threw one more task on laundry, well, he's making his wife happy saying laundry for sure. No, we're glad to have him here, and I get to see Betsy's going to be on me on that one, but that's okay. It's okay, Betsy. We got a lot coming up here on the show today. We'll get you updated on the headlines here in just a little bit. Plus, we got Bill Balke here with your Fitchburg Road Construction update. A lot of updates to tell you about his projects moving along in all territories of Fitchburg. So we'll get to that here in just a little bit of time. Plus, take a look back at Fitchburg EMS's rehab trailer. We'll talk with Patrick Anderson about that trailer and how it will be used here for incidences. But first, we do turn to road closures as we can't come on the air today. We got information on another road closure, which Bill was talking about or when we did the interview. He was telling us about this, but in order to grade out the McKee and Spoke intersection, the contractor will be closing the intersection to all traffic on Tuesday, September 8th from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. And you can see the map here, which shows you exactly what we're talking about. And they're just going to be taking this construction right across that intersection. And just to be safe for construction operations, they are going to keep this closed. The intersection will reopen with gravel until the asphalt is paved later in September or early October under a flagging operation. So please pass on the others as necessary, or what's that? Yeah, pass on the others. Be patient and try to work your way around this area as the best that you can. And I said tight operations in there from there all the way up to the Verona Road project. So I want you to be safe as you pass through there. All right, other news, a slice of apple pie drive-by. This is happening at the Fitchburg Senior Center. We want you to stop on by. It'll be on Wednesday, September 23rd from 1 to 2 p.m. To pick up your delicious slice of apple pie from the Fitchburg's own Rolling Pin Bakery. Suggested donation is just $1. And thanks for your supporting the Fitchburg Center Friends Group, and they hope to see you there. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff happening there. And if you haven't taken part of one of these drive-by events, they are really, really fun. So stop on by and say hello to everybody at the Senior Center. Speaking of that, touchless flu shots in October will be happening. We're still waiting on a date on this, but this will be happening at Fire Station Number 1. More details to come, but there will be paperwork handed out at the Apple Pie Drive-By on September 23rd. So if you are interested in this drive-up touchless flu shots, we will have paperwork for you here on the 23rd. So just stop by the Fitchburg Senior Center or give them a call, and you can check in and learn more about the flu shot drive-up event. All right, community bike food drive is going on now through the end of September. If you haven't taken part in this before, well, it's a good time. It's for a great cause. And you can stop at one of the many different participating bike shops, including our own Fitchburg Cycles. That's right. Bring some food and drop it off. Say hello to the staff there. Maybe test ride some bikes, whatever the case may be. It's a good opportunity for you to get out and do some biking. As I believe, this is like National Bike Month or something, Andrew? I think that usually comes up, or a different biking event. So we'll pass on any other events coming up, but kind of a unique food drive there. I like it. All right, first human cases of, I wrote this down so I would be able to read this today, and let's get right into this. This is called the Eastern equine, is it equine encephalitis. So Eastern equine encephalitis. This is the first case here, versus human case confirmed from a laboratory with the Clare County Health Department. It says the virus infected this year is a female under the age of 18 who is a resident of the Clare County. And as a result, the county health department is reminding everyone to protect themselves against mosquitoes by using mosquito repellent anytime they are outside. The news of this case of the EEE, we're calling it, comes after the state's announcement last week of the horses in three northwestern Wisconsin counties were infected with this virus. So while it is rare, its potentially fatal disease can affect people of all ages. In Wisconsin, the last human case of EEE was reported in 2017. Can spread to humans through the bite of an infected mosquito. Mosquitoes acquire the EE virus by feeding on infected birds. Virus does not spread person to person or directly between animals and humans. So when we're talking about being protected, by the way, there are some easy ways to do that. So avoid mosquito bites. Apply insect repellent with DEET. Or a lemon oil if you got that, or eucalyptus, whatever the case may be. Try and make sure you do that prior to heading outdoors. Treat your clothes and do not apply directly to the skin. Consider rescheduling outdoor activities if it's during the early or the evening or early morning hours when the mosquitoes are out and active. Wear long sleeve, long pants, socks, and when you do head outdoors, if you're going into an area where there is a lot of mosquito biting. I'm betting with the rain that we got here and definitely different parts of Wisconsin, mosquitoes will probably be back out in full force. So good time and a good reminder to fight that bite any way you can. All right, from the DMV is expanding its services throughout Wisconsin, and one really close by to us here. And it says here that the Wisconsin Department of Transportation of Motor Vehicles, or the DMV, will temporarily expand its driver license and identification card services this fall in Madison and Milwaukee and other locations throughout Wisconsin, which were closed in March due to COVID-19. So the one close to us is Madison South DMV on September 15th. The DMV will open the Madison South DMV at 1810 South Park Street, Suite 205. This temporary location will operate on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. through December 29th. So if you are interested in stopping out for this and getting your driver's license or identification card, you can do so very easily. And you can see from the data there that Dane County needed more capacity there for DMVs if you compare it against other areas. Also, numerous Madison Metro bus routes regularly pass this location, including the routes here listed on your screen near that south transfer point. So just helping the cause here of it being so close. So if you have a chance and you need to get that license, I mean, we all got to get, what's that special license called, Andrew? No? The Real ID. Real ID. Yeah. You don't necessarily need that to vote, but you do have to get that eventually. So you might as well get it done. Andrew, you got it done yet? No. Bamlet. Unbelievable. He says not yet. Calling him out. All right. Finally in the news today. I don't know why he puts up with me. I don't get it every single day. Department of Trade Consumer Protection releases the Data Privacy and Security Report based on the Advisory Committee recommendations. We heard about this committee and talked with folks up at DATCP. So very excited to hear what they found here. And this report released the findings of the Data Privacy and Security Advisory Committee. The committee, which included representatives from the government, education, consumer groups, a variety of business sectors, convened to evaluate the existing state of data privacy and security regulations in Wisconsin and the impact on consumers. And this name may sound familiar. DATCP is dedicated to serving as a resource as Wisconsin looks into the future of consumer protection, said Laura Sutherland. Who is that, Andrew? Yeah, administrator of the Department of Trade Consumer Protection Division of Trade and Consumer Protections, and a friend of this show. We've had her on here many times. She says data privacy and security are top priorities that affect us all. Over the course of the 9 months, the committee listened to presentations by several data and privacy and security experts, received public comments, and participated in large and small group activities and discussions, and conducted independent research and study. The committee's work unveiled the differences that exist between disparate approaches by industry, regulators, and consumers. In this report, the committee details important information on the current legislative landscape, consumer needs, and the regulatory challenges. The report is designed to serve not as a mandate or directive, but as a tool to assist and support lawmakers, regulators, businesses, and all those interested in the effort to improve Wisconsin data privacy and security. Whew, you can review that report. Guess what? We share the link to all the stories that we find for you here on Talking Fitchburg when we post them up on Facebook and YouTube. So you can go out there and check out the report. It's very long, but it's a lot of great information in there. And I'm hoping we'll get a chance to talk not only to Lara, and Michelle. We'll talk to both of them in the upcoming month here, get their perspective on that report. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we open up the digest with your Fitchburg road construction update. It's next right here on Talking Fitchburg.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that.
Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
Kevin, I need that back.
No.
Kevin!
Gaining weight was easy. All I had to do was sit down and eat. Losing weight's a lot harder. I have to work at it every day. But with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease. And that makes every step, every choice, every day very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes by losing weight, eating healthy, and staying active. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Behind every 2020 census taker's mask is a friendly neighbor. They're teachers, retirees, vets, people committed to doing right by getting the count right. If you haven't responded yet, they'll be stopping by to ask some simple questions that will inform how billions in federal funds are spent on local services every year for the next decade. So when they come knocking, say hi from a safe distance and do your part to support your community. Time is running out. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is Bill Balke, your Public Works Director. Bill, how you doing?
Doing well.
Doing well, he says.
Yeah.
Just ready to go.
Hanging out here in the office, helping everybody out.
Yeah, absolutely. Bill, thank you for taking the time. Today we have our Fitchburg road construction update, and we'll get right to it and start with the Fish Hatchery Road project that is cruising right along. Tell us what we have for updates this week.
This week we closed down Traceway Drive for the construction of that, and traffic can travel up to Post Road and Greenway Cross at this point to gain access to the west toward the school area there. So that construction will be going on probably for the rest of the year. We'll try to get it done as quick as we can at Traceway to open it back up, but just gotta get in there and get it done. And then following up on the 14th, we're going to be closing down sections of Greenway Cross to get the construction in and up there. There'll still be some access in and out of there along the frontage road, but we're going to be using Post Road for the most part to get access in and out of that area.
Is that to finish that intersection up essentially on the opposite side there?
Yeah, we're going to be finishing up the intersection there, installing a roundabout at Bryant Road, where Park Bank is over there in the corner. So there's going to be some deep storm sewer through that area as well. So we just need the room to work over there, and we can only allow one lane of traffic in there at the time.
Understandable. And then looking ahead here, what other activities do we have coming up to finish up?
Well, as they're coming down the road, they're going to be installing curb and gutter between Greenway Cross and Post Road. So some of the driveways might be closed temporarily and other ones will be open. So you'll be able to get in and out of those businesses there. It's just that one might close, one will be open. You just have to pick one and get in there and to access everything.
How's the traffic been, Bill, as far as the construction go for people going through there? Are we seeing a lot of backups happen at different times, or is it, how has that been playing out?
Yeah, it's typically you get your backups in the afternoon when businesses let out and you're trying to get home. Haven't heard reports of backups on the interstate or on the Beltline, but I think people have kind of learned, to try to avoid the area and try different routes. And we haven't seen, significant as backups as we had right when construction started. So.
Yeah, I think people have gotten familiar with it once you dealt with the one side, dealing with the other side. So certainly we'll keep everybody up to date as they move with the curb and gutter again between Greenway Cross and Post, and businesses will remain open, of course, and you will still have access. We'll just have to play it or get the information out to let folks know that when specific business driveways will be worked on. Bill, let's transition over to the McKee Road project. We had that bridge get lifted last week, and Bill, they did it in record time. I just want you to know that. We sent a crew out there and it was already lifted.
Yes, they were very, very quick with their actions. So they were prepared. They got it up there and set it in place. They had traffic open by 10:30, I think it was, or 10 o'clock.
Sooner than that.
Yeah, it went very quick.
Yeah, but what other activities do we got? So certainly they'll be working on the bridge here moving forward, but tell us what's going on in that corridor.
Yeah, they're putting down the stone for the new pavement. They're working on the storm sewer through the area. Finishing up with the bridge, they're going to be pouring a bridge deck over on the new bridge. Finishing up the ramps, paving those in, curb and gutter. So it's just going to be continuous, construction activity in that area for the next 3 months and finishing things up.
Yeah, it's it looks really really cool. Now that's up, kind of gives it a perspective of what that project had entailed. Any other updates on that front, or we'll transition over to Lacey Road?
Yeah, we can do Lacey Road.
All right, over to Lacey. Lacey and MM. We're still waiting on stoplights to go up.
That's correct. We're still waiting, coordinating with the city of Madison to finish the construction of the stoplights there. They got the equipment in. They're just ran into some scheduling issues. So I think they'll be out there later this week, early next week to start the construction on that and get those up.
Fantastic. Bill, any other projects you wanted to discuss?
Not at this time.
Fantastic. Well, we'll keep getting the word out. Make sure you pass on to us on those driveway closures as that gets started on Fishhatchee Road. And for anybody who wants to learn more about the project, all you got to do is head out to the website, fitchburgwi.gov, go to the Public Works page, then to engineering, right? And you'll get there.
Yes.
All right, Bill, thank you so much for your time as always, and we'll check in with you next week.
All right, see you then.
All right, Bill Balke, your Public Works Director here for the city of Fitchburg, checks in with us every Wednesday when we can get him. He's a busy guy, just saying. All right, we have more to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.
So how was work?
It was 1,300 hours. My math class from 302 was in the trenches. Davy Roth had it the worst. Fractions were coming at him left and right. He just didn't get the damn things. 2 days ago, I tried to teach him what 1/4 of 1/2 was using different sizes of blocks. Yesterday, I tried again by dividing up pizza. Both missions failed.
Oh no.
But today, I was ready. I created a combat math game where the only way to beat the enemy is to out-fraction them. Davy conquered every last denominator. My game was so successful, the principal is deploying it to math squadrons all over the school. Anywho, how was your day?
Oh, today my boss treated the office to salad wraps.
Salad wraps.
I know.
You're the engine that makes all things go, and you're always in disguise, my hero. I see your light in the dark, smile in my face when we all know it's hard. You're doing a good job, a good job. You're doing a good job, don't get too down. The world needs you now, know that you matter.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. We're in the guest segment, and today we take a look back at a story we brought to you earlier from Fitchburg EMS. They have a new resource trailer. It's a rehab. And if you're not familiar with rehab, well, we've got the expert here, Patrick Anderson. Will break it down for us right now.
Sure, so this is our rehab trailer. This is actually something new for us here at Fitchburg. Essentially, it came about from Dane County, the Dane County EMS, Dane County Emergency Management, had some previously around the county had 4, essentially we call them disaster trailers. The city of Madison also has one. The Dane County Airport has one. As you can imagine, people with larger facilities have them. Finding out that cost to maintain them and the usage of them, that the county decided they could probably downsize some of those trailers. Just looking through some logistics. So essentially these trailers came up, and one of the things we had talked about and seen essentially probably in 2019, we had a couple incidents of large-scale events, mainly structure fires and extensive training days on the fire side of the world. So there is a rehab trailer. It lives in Stoughton, but it's kind of subject to the availability of Stoughton to be able to get that somewhere. So after a couple large events we had here, one in Verona, one in Fitchburg last year, and that rehab trailer was unavailable, we started looking at some options. So since the county was actually decommissioning some of those mass casualty trailers, there was a trailer that became available. So I asked the county if they would be willing to donate a trailer to us. That trailer is standing next to us. So kind of some projects of how to equip. This was a non-budgeted item, so how do we support this trailer to support our firefighters? It's available for whatever event, for our police, large-scale police standbys or events, any of our own kind of special events that we have as well. Something where we're trying to take care of our providers. So the trailer was donated. The cost for us essentially came out to wrap it to say Fitchburg on the side of it instead of Dane County on the side of it. And that money was actually taken from our donation funds. We still, over the course of the year, we get donations from the public, though predominantly through our service fees and our tax base, we still get a handful of donations. So it took those donations and we wrapped the trailer with identifying Fitchburg on it. Some of the stuff we put inside of it, we actually upgraded our tent. We had one of those pop-up tents that we've kind of been replacing and repairing for a couple of years. So purchased a new tent again out of that donation fund. Took some more equipment that came out of those disaster trailers that the county decommissioned. One of those being we'll call it an oxygen manifold. In the case of say a carbon monoxide poisoning, we have multiple patients who are in need of oxygen. We actually have a very large oxygen tank in here and can actually connect that up to a manifold and actually put 8 people on high flow oxygen all at one time, which is great as well, not just for our rehab trailer for our providers, but in the case of a civilian kind of accident where that's needed as well. The Verona Fire Association donated some chairs. They're actually some cooling chairs that cool the forearms. You just put some ice in there and we can cool them down. We have a misting fan, water fans, some portable litters. You mentioned the pop-up tent already and a portable generator that came from Dane County. So those are the kinds of things we put in this trailer. Sure, so we actually have a protocol in place, especially on days like today, in the extreme colds, extreme warm, and for any fire as well. The protocol states what we're trying to do is make sure that we keep our firefighters safe. And what that is based on some guidelines. Most of it is being based on the kind of work they do, how many air tanks they go through. So when they go inside and fight a fire or do overhaul or some rehabilitation of a house, they can only be on so many tanks of air, so much strenuous exercise for a certain time, and they need to get pulled out of that and essentially assessed. So it's something we already do. But those firefighters will come and they'll rotate through essentially a rehab section. We'll pop them down into a chair, we take some vital signs. Based on those vital signs, they rehydrate with water or whatever Powerade, some sort of electrolyte containing solution. There's options for food. We keep them there for a minimum, and there's a protocol put in place. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until their vital signs return to some certain parameters, in which case it's deemed they're okay enough. We've cooled them down, we've warmed them up, and they can actually then continue on with firefighting operations. It's looking at the overall health of our providers. So if they're okay to return back to the firefighting operations, then they, as a group, will move back into that staging area to go do more firefighting operations. If there's a flag in there, some sort of, say, chest pain, shortness of breath, or we get some vital signs that don't return back to normal, then we actually keep them in rehab a little bit longer. Right now, because we don't have extra staffing here, the trailer will be available when we can get it to places, which is really going to be a Monday through Friday daytime hours when myself or the other Deputy Chief, Jeff Dostalik, is here. On weekends, kind of depending on and evenings, depending on the scale of the event, our current proposal is actually to have one of our ambulance crews. They'll take their ambulance, they'll hook this up to the car, they'll take the car and the rehab trailer to where it needs to go. Now, if it's in the Fitchburg district, so it's in the city of Fitchburg, city of Verona, Verona Township, they'll stay with it and they'll actually provide that rehab like we would normally do anyways. Outside of our district is going to be subject a little bit more to the needs of availability. So we can still take that ambulance crew, we can still drop that trailer off and maybe just drop it and leave it there. They'll just be responsible for making sure that it gets back to us. Kind of a work in progress, kind of seeing how it deploys.
All right, there you have it. If you see the rehab trailer, now you know what's inside of it and how it works. We're going to take a quick break, wrap up the show next. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.
You could be spreading the coronavirus without realizing you have it. So follow guidance from authorities where you live and do your part. It's important to limit in-person interaction with anyone outside of your immediate household, but phone and video chat are safe ways to connect. It's also important to limit any social gathering. This advice applies to people of any age, including teens and younger adults. Visit coronavirus.gov for the latest information.
You're there for them. We're here for you. Find free care guides at aarp.org/caregiving.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact those around you, but so can the darkness.
Later, twerps! Did Pete saying mean things bother you?
So when you reach out to another person, take a moment to consider how they will feel and let your heart be the key to making a difference. Because of you, someone's entire day, year, or even life can change.
In every heart, there's hope.
Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Wrapping up the show for today, I want to thank our Public Works Director, Bill Balke, for our Fitchburg Road Construction update, and Patrick Anderson over at Fitchburg EMS. Appreciate both of them, regular guests here on the show. As we wrap up for today, I want to remind you to stay connected with Fact TV. It's fast, it's fun, it's easy, and Andrew has very big news for you. If you haven't liked the Facebook page, well, his big news is he's going to cry. So, like the page, follow us on YouTube. He is crying in my ear if I pull my earpiece out. Yikes! All right, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Get outside! Beautiful.